First time you're seeing this, second time I'm doing it. Hate the recording system, but live with it. Anyways, sorry again for not doing videos. I don't really have much to do. You can also skip timestamp 0.4 if you want it, or 4 minutes if you want to see just the deck profile, and you can skip to timestamp 1 minute if you want to skip to when I start explaining the deck and flaws and goods and stuff. But anyways, I just haven't been seeing any good decks I have other than what I've already shown, and I feel like I might not be giving you guys the best you can since I don't main that exact archetype, so I might not know. But my experiences from locals and stuff teaches me, and that's what I've been going on to show you guys and stuff. But yeah, that's the main reason I'm not doing videos. But if I get a few views, then I'll do them anyways. Just let me know in the comments. But anyways, to the deck. This Zoodiac, basically, this Zoo Kaiju dominates the field. And the best part about what I've seen about zoos, if you can keep your opponent locked down, shut down, whatever, you can constantly move in with Borbo or Katarus and just overpower your guys and start slamming your opponent for direct damage, or even attacking and then start getting rid of the opponent's field. That's why I still love Zoo at this point, even though it's hit on the ban list pretty severely. When it comes to, it just chopped off the legs, and now the zoos are just trying to crawl away, trying to survive. But if you can dominate the field, you can push your opponents with Zoodiacs, and that's why I added the Kaiju engine, because it lets you dominate your opponent's field, because they won't be able to summon whatever they want. They can, but they're gonna lose it right away once they realize that. So they're gonna want to do their plays a little bit smarter and stuff. Because if I noticed that this Draco player I was going against, he noticed I was running Kaiju because of Kyoto. He didn't go into his masterpiece because he knew I was gonna Kaiju. So instead he went into Ignis. But I Kaiju'd Ignis with Kumungus, and I gave myself a Thunder King. So he was expecting that. But what he didn't expect is that I would use Thunder King's effect and just totally stop him from using his effects, swinging him, and he didn't expect that I would go into like a 4200 attack point Borbo with like two throw blades and a whiptail, and it completely devastated him. I did OTK him, of course, because he played scared and slow, although I was surprised he didn't immediately go into, I'm pretty sure he had a trap card, Apocalypse, and he didn't go into that to try and pop my Thunder King. I think he was waiting for me to keep my boss monster out, but he was slow when it came to that, and I won by a Ram. I had to pitch off and had to go into a Ram off Chalk and I before I went into Borbo, and that Ram saved me. Let me OTK. But yeah, so it lets you dominate your field. It lets you decide you get to decide what your opponent has. I've heard people telling me to run Lava Golem out of my group, and it makes me laugh because, well, Lava Golem isn't very searchable. Plus, I'm using Lava Golem in my my Burning Abyss, as you saw in my previous video. If you did see it, if you did not, go check it out. It's actually pretty neat. But Lava Golem isn't searchable, plus, of course, he's a burn, but I'm not really going for a burnish style. I'm going for push and rush. And that's why you'll see why some of the cards I have in here. Not much to say else when it comes to this. So anyways, without further ado, I guess we should get into the deck profile. So, let's go. Anyways, let's continue with this. I don't want that to fall. Anyways, 3 Thoroughblade. Not much explanation when it comes to the 3. Always gonna want it in your deck. There's never a time you don't need 3 Thoroughblade, because he's a pitcher. He can let you draw in. It's not really draw power, but it's more cycler, because it lets you cycle through your stuff, kind of. But it lets you open up your hand. You pitch something you don't want, or combo it with Ram, and you basically get another draw. No, I'm just gonna be showing steps by steps, archetypes. 3 Zoodiac Whiptail. Not much explanation when it's needed to come to a Whiptail. 2 Ram. Although I could recommend running, if you want to maybe make it a little bit more stally or last longer, in case you're afraid you your duel is going to be long. Maybe in your side deck. I don't have a side deck with this thing yet, so go ahead and decide your own side deck. But you might want a side deck like a Bunny Blast and a Cataroost, because it lets you cycle through your deck a little bit better, and it lets you do basically whatever you need to cycle back. One rep here, not much said. If you know how to play Zoo, it's a pitcher. It lets you pitch what you need. If you open up with this and a 10 key, it's basically you already have a Whiptail and a Thoroughblade on the field then, if they don't negate. Moving on to Kaijus, because that was all for the Zoo main deck. Got Thunder King, just because he's a powerhouse and his effect is not bad. Dogoran, maybe run 2, because he's basically Regeki if you don't have Regeki, in which case I would recommend running Regeki anyways. 1 Radiant, not bad, just effect naturally. Gardala, although note, you should really switch this out to a Gamma Cell whenever you get one, because this guy isn't very needed much, because he can really screw up your combos if you don't play right. I basically main Kaijus in every main deck I like, or any deck I think that needs support, so that's why I run Gardala. I can actually play off and everything, but if you don't know how, you need to go for Gamma Cell. 1 Kumungus, not much explanation, he's the little Kaiju, other than Gamma Cell. Super Mecha Anti-War Dojin, or whatever the hell this thing's name is, I hate it. I give it to my opponent, because I use Kaiju Files or Slumber, and it gives it up. It says nothing about that in its effect, so that is legal. Also, I backchecked this. And basically, you're going to give him direct damage without actually direct hit, because at that point, you don't need to worry about drowning Mirror Force or whatever. Moving on to subcards, we got 2 Ghost Ogres. You should run 3. I've never needed 3, but you should run 3. 1 Gofu for the Link support, what you're going to see, and a Maxi, because almost everyone special summons except Draco. But you gotta watch it. This card can kill you now, because with Link spam, you gotta really be careful and use it maybe midway through their combos, because otherwise you might actually be able to get decked out. But you might lose all the cards you need anyways. 3 Barrage, not much said when it comes to it. It's the Zoodiac powerhouse. It's like $7 now. 3 Tenki, it's the Zoo Searcher, even though there's not that many. Maybe run 2 Tenki and 2 Zoo Barrage, but it's still needed because it's still powerhousey. 1 Sign, not much said if you know about Zoos, because now they need a little bit more support. 1 Tensu, that's all for the Zoo support really, in the spell card jurisdiction. Kaiju, 2 Kyoto, I don't need 3. I just never need it. 1 Kaiju Files, because I'm maining Kaiju, so that's not bad. Oh yeah, ta-da! 1 Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. Not bad, and not much so when it comes to it. Moving on to subcards. 2 Potted Desires. Not much said. 1 Mind Control, because it lets me jack back my Kaijus if something happens to mine, or any situation. Or it can just let me open up for direct attacks on my opponent. Dark Hole. Maybe side deck this and put in Regeki instead. When it comes to the Zoo trap cards, 2 Zoodiac combo. If you want Kaiju support, I don't know if I would even run Kaiju Recapture. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't seem that important. 2 Solemn Strike for subcards, along with 1 Solemn Warning. This deck is not very expensive. I believe the Kaijus are the most expensive part of this deck, what you'll see. But anyways, yeah. Moving on to extra deck, Decode Talker, because of course of Gofu, Proxy, of course. Mysis, because it's not bad to have extra links. 3 Tiger Motor. Not much explanation when it comes to this extra deck if you know how to combo. If you don't, I'll make another video about it. 2 Chalkline, run 3, just 3, and everything else can stay that you see in here. 2 Zoodiac Borbo. 2 Hammer Kong. Maybe switch out a Hammer Kong with a Borbo. And 2 Brotherhood of the Firefist Tiger King. At most you need 2 or 1, but it's because he's the tanky searcher and he can combo in, and he's a beast warrior, so he gains their effects. Not much so when it comes to anything else in this deck. I believe I went over pretty much everything. But anyways, if you like that, let me know in the comments below. If you liked or subscribed, let me know. And if you disliked this video for any reason, please let me know. I'd be interested to hear. Any comments or questions, ask me below. And if you got any questions about which cards you should add, or you got any tips for me about which cards to keep, go ahead. Note, I'm not running Kaiju support, I'm running Kaiju sub-arc, which means that Kaijus are a part of the Zoo deck. I'm not trying to help Zoo, I'm trying to keep them both together, comboing with each other. So, if people suggest, like, just run, like, Kumungus, Gamma, and Kaiju Slumber Order, I'll pass on that because I'm running my own style and it works for me. But anyways, thank you. See you all in the drawing field. Good luck.